I saw a story that was saying that Brandon Johnson had only a 6% approval rate. Okay.
I believe
Which
it.
sounds like a very, very low approval rate to me. I don't know a lot about politics. And then it devolved into like, I saw tweets from like goofy ass man cow talking about how he should run for mayor. And I was thinking, MSS, were you in California when Mary Carey was like running for everything?
I was. That was my first election in California. There's 50 people on the ballot. And I got to take it. Like, I think I was a mail-in. I had to mail it in.
Yeah.
And so I got the actual ballot and have like 50 people on there. And I definitely voted for Mary Carey because that was pretty awesome.
I mean, I remember that at the time, MSS.
Yeah.
But I had never seen any of her work. So before the show, I had to go back and check out a little of her work.
Oh, man.
And, I mean, impressive. I probably would have voted for her too. I don't know what she would have done with her professional career into the politics, but let's not worry about it at this point. You know?
I appreciate your research ethic. It's
I work hard for the show. Okay, I work hard for the show, kids.
I don't know how familiar I was with her work. I mean, this was like 2003, so it was like this was the scroll downloading of images. I get that. I get that. It's a different. It's a different world. But I knew most of her from her appearances on Howard Stern. And she had a mom that was like mentally disabled and that would do all sorts of crazy stuff. And she would bring her mom in there to win money and stuff. It was good. Listen, that's how she won my vote, So, that's how it works. If you make me laugh,
I've never seen her though on appearances and things. And she looked weird. She didn't look, but then I've seen some of her work. I'm like, she looked hot. And when she was working, afterwards, maybe things didn't go. They went around. Sometimes it happens with adults.
She had some plastic surgery. Yeah.
Anyway, bringing up my point here, and CD44 is bringing up said 6% approval rate could be enough to get reelected in Chicago. Well, that's exactly where I'm going with this, guys, because I thought to myself,
I don't know about that.
I picked 5 notorious characters of Chicago history, and I want to quiz you guys and see if you think they could get more than 6% approval rating from the voters in Chicago today.
Yeah.
And so the first,
wait. Yeah. 6% of the votes or 6% approval rating? Like they are the mayor, and now what's their approval rating?
No, it is. You're right. It is different. I mean, if they could at least get over 6% of the vote, so in theory, they could get more votage than the mayor. Because I don't suppose any of them would become mayor. But I just was thinking out loud, like, who could be more wanted if there was a vote, than this 6% here? And the first one I had thought of, I want to throw it out to the floor, is John Wayne Gacy. Chorizy, John Wayne Gacy, right now in Chicago, over under 6%, for the vote.
I'm going to say he's under. Now that people are familiar with his work,
that's the thing.
Pre people knowing about his work, he was very popular person.
He was like a precinct captain.
He was like kind of into politics too, right?
He would have easily got the 6%. Now
he would have won.
That's where most of the 6% would be at.
Two problems. One, we know what he did.
All the killing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
2, clowns are nowhere near as popular now.
They're out of favor.
They're big time out of favor. People don't even know who Bozo is nowadays, man. Like,
that's true.
Clowns are down, and it's great.
Clowns are down.
It's great. It's great for the whole universe that clowns are on their way out.
We'll just wait for the clown comeback, Chorizy. Right? Clowns are going to come storming back.
No way. Cavariccis are coming back before clowns. That's.
They're probably already back.
All right, number 2 here.
I agree with Chorizy. I know you don't want my answer. I agree with Chorizy.
No, I felt like you were already jumping in there. Like you were kind of with the whole clown thing. You're like, no, the clown thing's so good.
100%. If you didn't know that he had murdered all those people, that would be, and raped them and killed them. I would. I think we would win.
Now the second one, I'm gonna throw to MSS first, and I actually tested this one in the marketplace today. And you know what? I put a picture of this guy. Not a lot of people were certain who it was, and that is Drew Peterson. MySoxSummer. How went over under 6% for a Drew Peterson today?
Man, I'm torn again. Okay, I'm torn because it's a police officer, and we have a good. Well, but it's Chicago, so
it's Chicago,
like okay, governor, Drew, like he probably has it, right? I don't think the city of Chicago will elect him because as we like Brandon Johnson getting elected,
just 6%,
and the cops hated him. The cops hate him. Like I don't know, man, because he still won. No, I can't. I don't think he can do Chicago. I think he could do a good run at governor. Can't do as mayor.
Good run at governor, but no mayor.
Yeah, because they'll be like, you know what? They didn't even find the body. She probably didn't even die, or whatever. So yeah.
Oh yeah, probably not.
She was living with Hitler down in South America or whatever that just came out. Like he wasn't actually dead. They just let him go live in South America.
There's just far too many dumb motherfuckers that are like, I saw him on TV. Yeah. Vote for him. So,
but in the city though,
yeah. I don't know. Run into them all the time. They're all over the fucking place. If you walk around downtown, you bump into 4 people a day that are that stupid.
I put up a picture of him on Twitter today, but I was making a tweet about the mayor from Arlington Heights making all this bullshit about the Sox, and only one person responded. Isn't that a picture of Drew Peterson? Everyone else just assumed there was the fucking mayor of Arlington Heights. And what I realized is that Drew Peterson looks like the median Chicagoan. No one would even know this guy's a murderer. No one would have any fucking clue. They'd be like, that guy just lives on the street. Yeah, 38% of the vote. I mean, that's why I think he'd probably win. You wouldn't even know who he was. And even the name, they wouldn't recognize. It's been long enough, and it's not famous enough.
I had him at a solid 12%. I think there's enough time to get people information to be like, also murderer. Also murderer.
Also murderer. You won't hurt him that much. All right, number 3. And this guy is super famous. Should be known. Crazy. John Dillinger. Under 6% of the vote.
Huge cock. He gets at least 15.
Enormous. Here's a picture. Look at this. Is when he's dead. MySoxSummer. Look at that BWC, bro.
I know. That's something. Man. Yeah, that looks like
trying to usher grandma away in the picture. You see, she's trying to get a good gaze.
He said movies. He said movies about him. Beef, our dad would vote for John Dillinger. 100% he would vote for John Dillinger.
Even though it's just his dick running.
He loves that.
Dad would vote for his dick to be the mayor of Chicago.
But 38% back up.
That's still somewhere, right? That's like in a jar somewhere?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in a jar somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so get this. If this is true, right? And this guy has an 18-inch raging art-on in this picture. There's no way any of these people are looking at the camera. They were only looking at that penis. You walk in and see this big penis sitting there, like under a sheet. Are you looking at his face and going, like the guy in the straw hat there, like, oh, look at his cute dimples? Hell no. You're like, look at this massive erection that is going from underneath this blanket.
All right. Oh, no, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me ask you a question.
Obviously,
let me ask you a question. You're in this room, right?
Right.
You're meat gazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone goes, hey, everybody, let's take a picture. Do you still get in there and stare? No, you go like, I was looking at anything else.
Chorizy.
I wasn't looking at that guy's big dick. Don't worry about it.
I was
looking at like, first of all, it takes like 87 minutes back then to take a picture. Okay. Like, it's not like it was instant. It was not, they didn't have Polaroids.
They weren't waving it to get it to finish.
They didn't have that there. Yeah, it took a lot. They had to expose a plate with fucking sunlight.
Yeah. They went to the dark room later. They didn't know what looked at the picture. But Chorizy's right. If you're posing, that makes it worse. If it's taking a while, it wasn't just a fucking Snapchat when no one's paying attention. It's not candid. Everyone look. Don't look at the big dick. Look at the camera.
I'm loving this comment right now. But also, no, you guys are both wrong. And the way you guys stare at my dick when we're in the hot tub, I mean, I don't know how you can go in that room.
Last show, not one time.
Exactly. Oh, my God. Not one time. 15 times. Yeah.
Okay. Never happened.
No, I know it's being filmed. I look away.
Next up.
Sure.
and I'll toss this MSS first. Okay. I couldn't help but rewatch a video of this guy like 15 times yesterday to the point where Bonita was like, Dad, could you shut that the fuck off? But this guy's famous in Chicago, not well-liked particularly. MySoxSummer, do you think Cody Parkey would get over/under 6% of the vote, mayoral vote?
Wait a minute. Who's Cody Parkey?
Yes.
Yeah. So
the name's familiar, but not like 100% familiar.
Beef. I mean, like,
Let's see here.
If I'm thinking about it, the Packers fans might be all over.
Would vote for him.
Oh, he's a kicker. Is he the kicker?
He is a kicker.
Double doink.
Double doink. Double doink.
Double doink. Yeah, no, he can't do it. No, he's probably more hated than Brandon Johnson. Yeah.
I rewatched the No Senor, No Senor, No Senor. Have you seen that video, Tracy? Where it's in Spanish. It's the Spanish language for the Eagles, and it's against the Eagles that double doink, and they go berserk. And it's such a great video, even though it's soul crushing to us Bears fans. And the gaze on Matt Nagy's face, like, what the fuck just happened there? It's like you could hear those guys saying that. So
Matt Nagy, whatever. Another guy would be staring at Dillinger's big hard on. I mean, honestly. He'd be me gazing.
Like, one thing you don't realize though about Dillinger, they weren't circumcising a lot back then. That's a fucking huge eater, man. Look at the foreskin hanging over. You could have put twisty tie on that. I'm a sausage tie like that. Knock that bitch up. Let's go.
His larger foreskin than most men's penis.
Cody Parkey.
This is grown man stuff right here.
I'm gonna say yes, Beef, because I think there's an inordinate amount of people that are Packers fans that live in Chicago, and they would do it as a joke, just to enrage all of the Bears fans.
Yeah, I could see that.
Interesting.
My sex summer. Do you think John Dillinger's huge dong would have made that field goal?
I think
yes, senor.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Double doink.
Double doink. I was going to call him double dip. Yeah.
Incredible. All right. Last one. I don't want this to take the whole show, but I was kind of thinking we need a famous, but more recent gangster to be in this group because I had John Dillinger in there before.
Oh, no.
How about Chorizy-E? How about Larry Hoover Sr.? Would he get over under 6% of the vote?
That's interesting.
Pretty popular in certain communities, even still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I think he could.
I think he could too. Yeah.
Now, is he the same one that Dad met in a bar one time?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, yeah,
I think that's correct. Yeah. I think Dad met him in a bar before.
So yeah, I think judging
he was
by
a
the way,
a nice guy. You know?
Judging by the way Dad talked about him, I'm gonna say yes, way over. Way over.
MSS, do you know who that is? Larry Hoover.
I do know who it is, and the only reason I think I know why he is where he is, or why I know where he is, know who he is because I know where he was at some point, and he was in Dixon, Illinois, in the Max prison there, and it was a big deal. And then, of course, because he was there, all of the crime that was being perpetrated in the cities, in the Sauk Valley area, in Dixon and Sterling and Rock Falls, was blamed on anyone that was related to him that maybe came and visited him. They're like, oh yeah, they came in from Chicago and stole, when it was mostly just all the white kids' parents and all like that was stealing shit. So yeah. Yeah.
CD 44 says Larry Hoover versus Jeff Fort runoff. Yeah.
Listen,
why do I put everyone into one run? I just want to go one by one. You know,
they did a lot of bad things, the disciples, you know. So I can't say like it wasn't like he was just drug running, right? Like, because that's all legal now. Right, you know, so
well, I don't know how legal it is.
Pretty legal.
The weed is legal. I don't know about the rest of all.
Pretty legal. I think it's pretty legal.
It's legal. Everything they did in Breaking Bad, totally legal now. You can steal ice wherever you want. That's scale too. That's